Alright everybody, what's going on? Welcome back here to another Euro 2020 video, and today I thought I would just do a preview for the Poland and the Spain game, so let's get into this, shall we? Now, of course, this is probably going to be a very big trap game for Poland just because I don't see how Poland are going to be able to get a win against Spain, man, because Spain are still a really good team, Yes, I know they drew with Sweden, but the way how Spain's midfield played against Sweden, with their fast, high-tempo passing, I just think that Spain are just going to have a career day against Poland in a couple of days. Now, I don't mean to sound negative in this video, but I really don't know what the heck happened to this Poland team. It just seems like this team has just forgotten how to play football. It's like there's really no other way to say this because, as you people know, yes, I'm a big Poland fan just because I got Polish roots. I come from a Polish family, but seriously, man, I just don't know what happened to Poland recently in the last couple of years, because it's like I just remember how we were so good at Euro 2016. I thought that after Euro 2016 we were going to be a good team again, but right now, man, we have just completely fallen off the radar in the football world, and I'm just trying to figure out what happened with this team. Is it because of the tactics? Is it because our manager just can't get his tactics right? Or is it because, we just don't have good enough players minus Lewandowski and Glick? Because the rest of the players just absolutely can't perform on a top level, and I just lost count of how many times, in the Slovakia game, Poland were too scared to attack up front, go for a goal creation. It just seemed like that Poland didn't know what to do, and they would just spend so much time in their own half, stringing passes back and forth instead of going forward and, testing Slovakia's back four and their keeper. So that Slovakia game, that was just a very, very bad performance from Poland. There's no other way to say this, man. And this Spain game, man, we could get blown out in this game, at least 4-0. I wouldn't be surprised if we concede 3 goals before halftime, just because Poland's defense has just been very, very awful, minus Glick. And yes, after Euro 2016, we lost a couple of our key players from our defense. Piszczek, he retired, and Pazdan, it looks like that he lost form recently, and that's why he hasn't been selected for the squad. And Jędrzejczyk, he's no longer starting in our back four. So really, I just don't know what happened to our back four, but our back four is absolutely horrendous. There really is no other way to say this, man. Just no other way to describe Poland's pathetic performance. And the thing about this Spain squad is that I still think that Spain are pretty good enough to make a run at the Euros, even though this is not like the Spain team from, from 2008 to 2012. This Spain team is still capable enough of getting stuff done on the field, I feel like, and producing results. Just because, Spain still have really good players on their squad, even though without Sergio Ramos, man, I still believe that Spain will be able to, definitely, I think maybe win this group stage. But Slovakia, give them credit. They've been pretty impressive too in this group stage in the game against Poland, and they look like a dark horse team in this group stage. I think the only way how Poland will be able to win against Spain is if Poland just plays very deep, just gets very defensive and maybe holds Spain to a draw, because that's realistically the only way how I think Poland are going to be able to maybe, not to lose to Spain is just by holding them to a draw, because, Spain, they can really just expose our back four, and that's the thing that concerns me the most about this game, because you look at Spain's midfield, man, Spain played really well against Sweden. However, the only difference is, man, Sweden's keeper just had a very incredible game. Seriously, he just made a bunch of crazy saves, and that's the only reason why Spain didn't score against Sweden, because the way how Spain were playing against Sweden, Spain were really testing Sweden's back four, and Sweden's back four is actually very good in that game, I was absolutely very impressed with Sweden's performance. They kept a clean sheet against Spain, and it looks like that Poland, the only way how they can maybe, not lose to Spain is keep a clean sheet, but that's probably not going to happen, because, Poland are going to have to hope that maybe Lewandowski can have a big game against Spain, because that's realistically the only way how I see us winning against Spain. Otherwise, man, I think we're just going to completely get, dismantled by Spain, because I know that Spain, they will definitely be looking at, looking for ways just to stop Lewandowski. And here's the thing, man, Poland cannot afford to, screw up against Spain and make all these stupid passes inside their own half, because I can imagine that Spain will be pressing Poland very deep inside their own half, because that's the thing about Spain, man. Spain's tiki-taka game is known just for confusing and wearing out defenses, and I have a feeling that Spain are definitely going to wear out our back four with their tiki-taka fast tempo passing, and sooner or later Poland will just be overwhelmed and they will not know how to defend that. So that's my biggest concern for this game. But however, the way how we can win against Spain is just by not giving them any space inside our own half. That's the way how you win against a team like Spain. Just look at Sweden, man. They played very deep inside their own half. They didn't allow Spain any space inside their own half, and that's how they were able to maintain a clean sheet despite them almost, winning thanks to a counterattack, because that's what Sweden did. And, Isak for Sweden had a really incredible game, and he almost scored for Sweden, but unfortunately, I think he hit the post in that game. That's why, Sweden didn't win, but Sweden looked like they were on the verge of winning against Spain. So realistically, man, maybe if we can, maintain our defense and just play very deep, then maybe we can hold Spain to a 0-0 draw, because I highly doubt we're going to score against Spain unless, Lewandowski is just going to go off in that game, and, he's not going to be blanketed by the back four like how he was against Slovakia, because I'll admit, Slovakia's defense did a heck of a job of, stopping Lewandowski Lewandowski and not allowing him any space inside the box. And, you know, Skriniar, he just absolutely pocketed Lewandowski. And of course, you know, Poland are without their two best players too, in Milik and in Piontek, because, you know, Milik, he's out with an injury, same with Piontek, and that just kind of screwed Poland's attack up completely, I feel like, because then there's going to be more pressure on Lewandowski, because outside of Lewandowski, we really have no effective strikers. Like, we practically have no strikers besides Lewandowski. So yeah, guys, that's the video here. Nothing much else to say about this game. Let me know, what do you think about the Poland-Spain game in the comment section below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.